Civil War Photography by Zach Osborne. The birth of photography. Photography was born in August in 1839 by a man named Luis Acazmande de Guerra. By the 1850s, photography had really started to grow. More people were becoming interested in photography. Since photography was a pretty new thing, most photographers were actually older than the technology itself. Even though photography had been around for about 20 years, it just started to become popular around the time of the war. Matthew Brady. Matthew Brady was born in Warren County in upstate New York in 1823 or 1824, people aren't really sure, and his parents were thought to be Irish immigrants. Brady didn't have to wait long for an opportunity to come along. An announcement of an exciting invention in Paris had recently made its way to America. The invention would change Brady's life forever. And since photography was invented around the time Matt Brady was a kid, he was actually one of the first photographers. Matthew Brady's interest. Brady supported himself as a clerk. However, his main interest was photography. He wanted to know more about how it worked. Brady's hard work. As Brady started to become more interested in photography, he started to become known. Soon his hard work started to pay off and he was winning awards. In 1844, Brady won a gold medal for first place in the first photographic contest held by the American Institute. He won clients as well as honors and medals, and soon nearly everyone in New York knew him as Brady of Broadway. So now you're probably wondering, what did he actually do? So, how did photography work? The photographer and his assistant would arrive at a location where the assistant would mix the photographic chemicals and pour them on a clean glass plate. After the chemicals were given time to evaporate, the glass plate would be sensitized by being immersed in darkness in a bath solution. Finally, once placed in the camera, which had already been focused and positioned by the photographer would quickly expose the plate towards the subject that he is photographing and then quickly rush to the darkroom wagon for developing. Each fragile glass plate had to be treated with great care after development. A difficult task on a highly mobile and often primitive battlefield many miles away from the closest photography studio. It was a very difficult process. How pictures were taken during the war. Because the battlefields were too chaotic and dangerous for the painstaking wet plate procedures to be carried out, photographers could depict only strategy sites, camp scenes, preparations for or retreat from action, and, on rare occasions, the grisly aftermath of battle. Favors. Many soldiers would actually ask photographers to take pictures of them and bring them back home to their families for their kids and wives. The impact. Photography during the Civil War had a wide-reaching impact on the public's perception on everything from their leaders to the nature of warfare. Thanks to photography, the citizens were informed. Other topics. Although the Civil War was the main topic for photography, there were other topics as well. Images of everyday life are also depicted for the first time during the Civil War. Thank the photographers. During the Civil War, it did not get much easier for photographers to take photographs. 2 men were needed to take 1 photograph. Although it was not easy, photographers did their job well. It has been said that, thanks to photographers during the American Civil War, we know more about this war than we do about all wars leading up to World War II. The resultant efforts of pioneering Civil War photographers can be seen in almost all history texts and media regarding the conflict. I really hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.